I'm upset.
I'm upset, but now you'll see what this passion made of me. No disrespect, respectfully, but the Maze Madman's been set free.
Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maze Madman. We are here to watch live Alister Vallejo commit, 4-star defensive lineman, choosing between the Wolverines, Notre Dame, and Kansas. Let me get that up so that we don't miss anything, because last time we tried one of these things, we missed it. He's actually talking right now. One sec.
Just want to thank you guys for just
I
joining us.
don't know
on
why this
special,
is sideways.
Very
Little
memorable night
bothers
where
me.
Alister lets everybody know the reveal.
But this is
as
it.
far as where he's going,
Let me know if you guys can hear
football
that, by the
fans.
way, in the chat. Let
I
me
know
know if
this
you can
night's
hear
supposed
this.
to be about Alister, but I'm gonna tell you, he wouldn't be sitting where he is today. He wouldn't be the man that he was if it wasn't for the parents and if it wasn't for the family. So can we give them a round of applause?
Yes, and this is it.
You don't just come out the
You don't
home
bring
and
luck
turn
with
into
these. That's a
an
fact.
awesome young man. That's not how it works. I think everybody here knows that. But
That's a fact.
just blessed to have Alister part of the program. He's a staple on my defensive line.
All right, so good. Y'all can hear the live. You can hear me, obviously.
Personality, makes things go. Love how
This is
leadership
his coach,
is to the
I'm
program.
guessing.
And we're blessed to be able
I'm
to
gonna
have
try
him
to see if
another
I
year.
can make this a little
I'm going to
bigger,
go ahead and get started with the prayer from Coach Chester.
even though it's sideways, which is disgusting. Somebody flipped the phone.
Dear gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, Lord. We thank you for allowing us to see.
All right, so we praying now. Shout out to my guy Jay in here. Shout out to DK all day in here. Seth is here. Ron is here. I don't mean to interrupt the prayer.
Bless this family, Lord.
Moment is not.
Bless his family, Lord. Continue to bless the Liberty Hill family, Lord. And all those who have came to see this ceremony this evening, Lord. We just come to you, Lord, thanking you, giving you the highest praise, Lord, of hallelujah, Lord. In your Son, Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Again, so for those that just got here, this is between Michigan, Notre Dame, and Kansas for this kid's
Hello, everybody. The family
commitment.
asked me to come in and say a couple words this evening. And,
All right, so this is just like some
what a
testimonial stuff.
wonderful,
While we wait on that,
wonderful,
I'm gonna go ahead
sight
and
this is
share some
everybody
video
comes
with you
out to
guys.
this. Shows the dedication of the family, the team, and everyone else that truly
Of
wants to
Alister
support
in
the
action,
Alister
you know what I mean?
family. With
Just
that
give me
also
one
being said, I
second.
want to say thank you to the athletic director Kerrigan, Coach
Actually
Seaborn.
tryna
I saw Principal Ellison, school board, and everybody for opening the doors and allowing this to happen. They didn't have to do that, so I want to say thank you all very much. I'm sure there's going to be some other things that I want to.
It's not making it easy.
But I wanted to start off by saying this. This is the list of the current offers: Ole Miss, Kansas, Sacramento State, SMU, U of H, go Cougs, Memphis, Oregon State,
Now they're
Baylor,
going through the
Arizona,
list
Arizona State, Texas
of
State,
all of his
Michigan,
offers.
Notre Dame, Cal, Wisconsin, Oklahoma State, and no specific.
He's out of Liberty Hill, Texas, so
The
this
thing
will
that
be
I wanna say
another
is that in
hit
itself
for the
is an
Wolverines
accomplishment.
out of the state of
But
Texas.
The overall theme that has come
a
from
positive
Alister and
thing
the
that's
family is not
producing a lot of
about
talent.
personal gain from this, but it's been about what can I do for the future generations that are coming through here at Liberty Hill? What can I do to establish a pipeline per se to help others get to the next level?
I'm not sure what
Liberty
just
Hill is
happened
known
there.
as being a powerhouse playing football.
Shout out to
and
everybody
coaching
here. If you're
that's
here,
continuously
like
there.
and share the live.
But the
Subscribe
common
to the
theme
channel
here
if you're
is
not already.
it's the
This is
humility,
a live
the integrity,
look
and just the
in
overall
of
being
the
a great person and
commitment
saying, yes,
of
this is what
4-star
this is what's
defensive
going on for
lineman
me,
Alister
but what can I
Vallejo,
do for the others in the community around
Vallejo,
me? And And that says a lot about the character.
I believe
of this
it's
young man and
he's from
and
Texas,
his family that
probably
got him here.
Mexican American,
With that being said,
somewhere in there.
I want to say lastly, thank you to all of y'all who have come
But
out
while
to
we
support the
wait,
family. And I'm going to let this
get you
go
guys
into what y'all came here for, not me.
some actual footage of him being busy on the football field real quick, because you need to understand what Michigan is possibly getting here. All right, I believe he's talking now, but it's not yet time. He's thanking his supporters, but look at this monster. Somebody say, looks like me. At the same time during Mason's career, crazy. Yeah, he's destroying offensive linemen. Look at him take on a double team here. They'll get. Oh my God, wreckage! That kid died for a second. It was a split second there. He wasn't with us. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go back to his live. This was crazy though. We'll watch his video in a minute. He's still thanking people, but I feel like we're getting close to time, so we're gonna go back to his Instagram, which they have sideways, which really bothers me. I don't understand this at all. Flip the phone.
He's really helped me maximize my potential to be the best athlete without, help me get faster, stronger, better.
Somebody said Brady sticking with Georgia. I don't think so, actually. The latest thing I heard is that that's not the case, but if you got some new information, let me know.
I also want to thank the families that have supported.
I don't know if you guys can see good, but this is Alister right here standing in center. I wish we could flip this. I honestly do. This is ridiculous.
No star, absolutely unknown little white kid from Liberty Hill, Texas. It's been a rough time, and for me to be in the spot.
Shout out to everybody here again. Share the live, subscribe to the channel, like the live.
All here, all the way from.
We'll be doing more things like this in the future.
I appreciate y'all for being here for me, being right beside me in those long days.
And trust me, if Michigan stuffs Notre Dame in another locker in back-to-back days,
It's not over, but
we are celebrating right here on the Maze Madman channel.
I also want to thank my family for being here today.
As you guys know,
They've always supported
again, the choices are
this process.
Kansas, Michigan, Notre Dame. I see. That's his. I believe that's his high school balloon up there. So, really, Kansas, Michigan, Notre Dame are the ones to look out for.
9-0 fan.
I also want to say a good thank you to my 9-0 family. Who've been working with me since also the 5th grade. I got my boy Raymond out there. You got JJ, also contemplated quitting a couple times, I know it. And my big dog Tiki. Congrats to both of y'all, or matter of fact, all of y'all and y'all's commitments.
Oh, we certainly letting Ryan know. Ryan and Dallas fan are gonna hate us after this if he stuffs Notre Dame in a locker.
I also want to say that thank you for all the college coaches that have believed in me, given me the opportunities. As Mr. Will Newman has said, it's a big deal, and I'm very
Troy.
appreciative of the fact that everyone has.
Shout out Detroit Wolverine in here. Yo, he does look like Mason. I'm not gonna front. We could have another Mason Graham on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Better measurables too. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah.
With that being said, for the next 4 years, I will be attending the University of Michigan.
Let's go! Let's go! Go blue. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, he just chose Michigan as if it were any secret what was going to happen here tonight. Of course he chose Michigan, and of course I got Ric Flair with me. For those of you who were wondering, Alister Vallejo just chose the Michigan Wolverines over the Kansas Jayhawks, and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and we are ecstatic here. Go Blue. Let me get this up. We are ecstatic here, by the way, though. That's back-to-back days of Michigan and Sharon Moore and company stuffing Marcus Freeman and the Irish into a locker, and we got something to celebrate that too. Here we go.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Second day in a row, Michigan gets a Notre Dame. This kid was leaning Notre Dame all the way up until recently. When I say recently, I mean like days ago. And then, of course, yesterday, Mikael Blade choosing the Wolverines over Notre Dame, and he's right there in prime Notre Dame territory. They always talk about the city of Chicago and how Notre Dame owns the city of Chicago, but in back-to-back recruiting cycles now, Michigan has stuffed Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame in a locker with Mikael Blade and Nate Washington, just stuffing people in lockers. By the way, Nate Washington, a 5-star who just got to campus from the 2025 class. Talk to me in the comment section. By the way, share this, like this if you haven't already. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Become a member if you haven't already. But yeah, the next Mason Graham, ladies and gentlemen, that's real. I'm not even going to front. This kid is an absolute monster, and he's destroying offensive linemen left and right. Let's take a look at some of the film. If you think it's hyperbole, you look for yourself. You tell me what you see. And as my boy Troy says, we're not done. It's not over, ladies and gentlemen. Michigan will continue to be stuffing people in the lockers. By the way, it's not just Notre Dame. I don't want people to think that Michigan is out here just picking on Notre Dame. It's a litany of schools that are about to be stuffed into lockers. You just wait and watch and see. Keep it locked to the Maze Madman channel for the updates. This is going to be fun, ladies and gentlemen. When I say it's about to get crazy out here, that is not hyperbole by any stretch of the imagination. It's really about to get fun out here. If you're a Wolverines fan, keep it locked. By the way, I got another little thing to commemorate Michigan and Sharon Moore stuffing Marcus Freeman in the locker for back-to-back days. But before I do, I got to let my man Rick go one more time.
Woo! I'm the best there is. Woo! 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 Woo!
Yeah, so again, a couple of days, maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, this would have not been the case. But things have happened recently. If you've been watching the Maze Madman channel, then you know what those things are. That is, of course, the house settlement, right? We cannot make light of that at all. That's a real thing. That is, in fact, a real thing that helped Michigan, who has dedicated $15 million specifically to the football team of the $20.5 million that schools are able to share basically through revenue sharing with players, with student athletes. And so, and by the way, that goes into effect. That's effective officially July 1st. And you would have known that if you were watching The Maze Madman. But again, to commemorate Sharon Moore stuffing Marcus Freeman back in another locker. Here we go.
Thanks for coming.
Shout out to Coach Moore slapping hornswoggles left and right here. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. By the way, one of those Notre Dame fans is here. Is this a top recruitment? Why wasn't your recruitment held on YouTube by 24/7 or on 3 Live? Well, I'm sure this kid could have gone to 24/7 or on 3 if he chose to, ESPN if he chose to, but he wanted to do what he wanted to do. So, with that said, this is what you get. By the way, you shouldn't be you should be more focused on what you're doing and who you're about to lose, by the way, over there in South Bend. But I digress. You're always, that's not a good point, Ryan Smith. It's a horrible point. The kids do what they want to do. By the way, we've seen 3 stars commit on those platforms. 3 stars have committed on 3 and 24/7. It's a horrible point. It's a coping mechanism for somebody who just lost out on another commit, who just got stuffed in another locker by Sharon.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Bottom line, that's what happened. All right. He's coping. He's trying to do anything he can to make himself feel better about losing back-to-back days. This is 2 for 2 now. Sharon Moore is stuffing Marcus Freeman in a locker Monday and Tuesday. These will go down in history as terrible days for the Fighting Irish. And you'll remember this forever. Get out of here. Shout out my man Steven. This guy has Mason Graham potential. I like, Steve. No doubt about it. I'm gonna restart this for anybody who just got here. But he even looks like Mason Graham, and he's certainly destroying offensive lines in the way that Mason Graham would destroy offensive lines. I'm sure Mason Graham somewhere is smiling proudly about young Alister Vallejo out of Liberty Hill, Texas. I don't know what's going on with the video right now, but that's neither here nor there. It's all about today stuffing Notre Dame in another locker. And unfortunately, Kansas catches this stray too. Not that they would ever be recruiting on the level of Michigan, but because you were one of the schools in there, we got to stuff you in the same locker. But it's all right because Fighting Irish, those are little people, so we can stuff a full-grown person right in there with a little person. It's all good. Leprechauns and then a regular person all in the same locker, stuffed in there by Mason Graham 2.0 himself, Alister Vallejo. So thank you, Alister, for helping us stuff Marcus Freeman back in the locker where he belongs. Hopefully, he has an abacus in there that can help him count to 11 during a crucial moment in a football game, just for those who were wondering. But again, if you look at this film, he is look at this. Takes on the chip block. He's moving people. I want to get to the play. There's a play here. He took on a double team and then ran down the line and absolutely destroyed a running back who lost his life for a split second. It was at least 0.6 seconds that his soul left his body. Had to catch up to his body because Alister knocked his body so far away from it. But absolutely, I am impressed with this kid, and I like what he could do for Michigan. But when I told you that his measurables are even better than Mason Graham, we were not joking. He does look like Mason Graham. Even the haircut early on is similar. The build is similar. Obviously, what he's doing to offensive linemen, similar. But he's even got a higher potential. Now, granted, I'm not here to say he's going to be better than Mason Graham, because Mason Graham, all-world defensive tackle, ate up double and triple teams for the Wolverines for really the entirety of his time here. And if he was healthy, then he was dominant. And that's all there is to it. But this kid has the potential to be very good himself. And I think the Wolverines got themselves a good one here. But talk to me. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Oh, Dallas fan is still here coping. I see. This is good. This is good. We definitely. Oh man, this is hilarious. The cope is real. There are better things that you could be doing, but I get it. You need to be here, and you need to hear this from Michigan fans. You need to be here and celebrate with us. But it's all good. Look at him. Hold on. Let me get to his latest comment here. Why y'all got him gassed up to be Mason Graham? I'm not saying he's gonna be Mason Graham. I'm saying he looks like Mason Graham. Certainly in this film, he looks like a Mason Graham. And he has the potential. That's all I'm saying. I even said that I'm not saying he's going to be Mason Graham, because that would be crazy. Mason Graham was obviously a stud, and I'm not trying to downplay this kid and say he can't be, but we don't know yet. So all we do know is that he chose the Wolverines over your school, and that's what matters the most to us right now, is that he's a Wolverine and not a leprechaun. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, you out here sounding emotional, man.
Look at you emotional.
That's not good. We don't want that for you. Shout out to Loaded Lux. Ryan Smith. What Ryan Smith saying? Is Michigan going to get any O-line recruits? Is he serious? Are you serious? Do you pay attention to? I'm guessing this is a genuine question. I hope this is a genuine question, not you trying to be funny. But if this is a genuine question, yes is the answer. And in fact, Michigan is in line to land some very, very talented offensive linemen. But the answer is yes. Michigan will definitely have offensive linemen. Don't forget, Michigan already has bare. But to answer your question, the answer is yes. Was this kid, TJ said, reminds him of Mason Graham? Few techs think he'll pick up, but he has a clear motor. Yeah, this is him, Garrison, for sure. And definitely, I agree with you. Does have some technique things to work on, but motor is good. Power is good. He was absolutely shredding offensive line. Now, granted, we know that this is the high school level, but he is playing high school football in Texas. That's nothing to sneeze at. It's not like, playing high school football in New Mexico. All right. But that is absolutely the dude that TJ was referring to as well. I'm just saying Kansas is a basketball school. Kansas is a basketball school, but it was unfortunate for them that they had to be stuffed in the locker with Notre Dame for this one, unfortunately. Shout out to them, though. They tried. They fought the good fight. They were in the final three. That's a good sign for Kansas. Any Kansas fans out there, take that as a positive for your program, that you were in the final three with Notre Dame and Michigan. Mostly Michigan, though, because we all know Notre Dame is a joke of a program that gets blown out every chance they get on the main stage. But I digress. Shout out to them, though. I'm not about to get into this with y'all. We try to keep it respectful, man. But yeah, so with this, Michigan now has Vallejo. They also have Mikael Blade, as we spoke about. There's a video on the channel right now featuring the commitment of Mikael Blade. And with Vallejo, Michigan looks to be restocking along that defensive line handsomely. And we're excited about it. Shout out to CJ Mike. He says, I literally live in the town right next to this guy. I'm going to go check him out personally this year. Give y'all heads up analysis. I'm upset. Yes, CJ Mike, that'll be great. We would appreciate that. Get some video, get some film, send it to us. We'll play it right here on the channel live. Shout out to that. Doreen, congrats, my Michigan. Thank you, Doreen. We appreciate that. It's always good to see you in the chat. GT, my wife grew up there. Shout out to GT. By the way, GT is on the Discord. He has his own channel in the Discord for satire. It's funny. It's hilarious. You should check it out. Notre Dame still coping with breaking a record to losing not one, but 2 FCS schools in the last 5 years. How about that? Shout out to that, though. But, Seth, you said I was bad luck, and look at it today. We reversed that bad luck, and we got our guy today. Garrison, why are you trying to troll as the Penn State bot on Johnny Odom Jr.'s live earlier today? Yo, Garrison, I don't know if you've seen this, but it has been a Penn State bot. He's been in Johnny's chat. He was in my chat. And the funny thing is, y'all are never there at the same time, which is raising some suspicion amongst the fan base. And if it's not you, you're going to need to prove it, sir. If you are the Penn State bot, it's very, very, that's foul play. You out here using AI for your football takes. That's nasty work. I'm wondering if Vallejo with Sharon Moore, could another recruit commit in the next couple of hours? Things that make you go, that's a possibility. I do think that this was the one for today, especially regarding what Lou Esposito was doing, but stranger things have happened, and if they do happen, we'll be here for it. So how about that? Penn State Sports Talk equals Garrison. Shout out to the Dom father. That DN y'all got, he looks tough. Yeah, I'm guessing you're talking about Mikael Blade. And you're right, Garrison, all our players are tough. A word that the Buckeyes aren't too familiar with. And you know why. Your head coach.
I said you soft, so what? What you gonna do? What?
Don't no man call me soft. I hate that, all right?
Wait, let me slow you down, cause I'm a man. I called you soft, first of all. Now, I don't like you swelling all up and all. What's all this swell up shit? What's that about? What you taking in all this air for, Claude? What you feeling, huh? What's on your mind, huh? What, you gonna put your chin up? Huh? That means something to me? Cause I said soft? Cause I said soft, so what? I said I spell it. S-O-F-T. Soft. Huh? How you like that? What you gonna do, Claude?
Shout out to Garrison. It's all in fun, bro. You need to just read my satire. Doreen, that's true, man. Join the Discord. Read GT satire. It's hilarious. M3, those glasses are sharp. I appreciate you, Mike Legend. This isn't Mike Layton anymore, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mike Legend. And if you were at the spring game, if you were out with us, then you would know why. Shout out to Mike Legend. We appreciate you, sir. Great movie. Absolutely, Ralph. It's a classic film. Less than 50% on the likes. What's so hard about hitting the thumbs up? Yes, people. Hit the like button. It doesn't cost you a penny to be a little friendly. Let's make it happen. The soft never gets old. You're absolutely right. Great movie. Yes, it is. Posh is the only other state fan I like. How about that? I'm sure that there are other people that share that sentiment with you. See why you got to go there, bro. Hey, it's all good, man. We're just having some fun, EB. Having some fun, man. But yeah, so anyway, if you didn't see yesterday's episode, we did the 5 toughest games for Michigan this upcoming season. Oklahoma was number 1. I didn't choose Oklahoma. I went with the other state, followed by the other state at number 2, Nebraska number 3, USC number 3, Nebraska number 4, I believe. And then For some reason, Maniac and Kinetic chose poor little Bronim, Michigan State, as the 5th toughest game for Michigan. I was not on board for that. I think that's going to be a landslide in Michigan's favor, but I get it. It's a rivalry game at the end of the day. You got to give it some respect, I suppose. I just don't see it happening. Anyway, if you know what we were here for today, Michigan got their guy. Alister Vallejo is a Wolverine as of this moment. We're going to celebrate that one more time with my guy and your guy, Ric Flair.
I'm the best there is. Woo! 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 Woo!
Then be sure to follow me everywhere at Maze Madman. Be sure, actually, let's have some fun before we get out of here. We got a couple minutes. Why not? I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Come on up. Anybody is welcome. Let's talk about this commitment. Talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. Dallas fan, if you're out there, hit the link, brother. Come on up. Share your thoughts. Tell us why that this isn't a big deal for Notre Dame. Garrison, Doreen, come up. You haven't been in a live. Come on up, Doreen. I don't know what's happening right now, but on my screen, I'm frozen. They better call Lou Holtz. Where's Lou Holtz? Still waiting for the answer. Was the last time Notre Dame put 3 first-round picks in the same draft? When was the last time, Dallas fan? When was the last time, sir? Do you remember the time? I'm here with the guy, the Dom father. I like that hat, sir. I'm feeling that hat. I can't hear you. I don't know why I can't hear you, but I can't hear you. Oh, wait a minute. It looks like you're muted. Unmute yourself.
There's that better?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
You know, M3, I mean, there was a lot of chatter a couple weeks ago about, how this, hammer was going to affect the recruiting and, it was going to.
Hold on. What was that you said was going to affect recruiting?
That proverbial hammer, right? That the hammer was going to come down.
The hammer. That's what they were telling us. Yeah, the hammer was going to affect recruiting. Yeah. I can't find my hammer thing here, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
We had that, and it was going to, that's been proven wrong by the past couple recruits. Huge pickup today.
Absolutely.
And I've been getting some troll activity on these Buckeye fanatics where there's going to be a band of everything. They're going to just evaporate the University of Michigan because of the sign stealing signal. And I keep going back to people. It's like, Larry Ellison did not drop all that money for Bryce Underwood not to have postseason potential. So
right.
They could squawk about whatever they want. I don't see that happening. If they want to take away any games, this and that, I mean, but
yeah,
I just think in the long run, it's going to be Michigan going in with this 2-game suspension, the NCAA coming out with something ridiculous, 6 games an entire year. Michigan gets up, walks out, they get in front of the media and say, you know what? We went into this mediation, whatever you want to call it, with the intent to find resolution. Unfortunately, the NCAA did not come in with the same mindset, and their asks were totally unreasonable given the concessions that we provided during the national championship year. So what we are going to do is, in fact, file a lawsuit, and we will see the NCAA in federal court.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have been waiting for the Wolverines to get to that point, right? Waiting for them to get to the point where, they take this thing to court, basically. Last year with Jim, or not last year, but the year before with Jim, especially that second suspension. We thought that was going to be the case. Obviously, it wasn't for whatever reason. And I now know, according to our head coach, that Jim didn't want to, take away from the team. He want the season to be about him, and that's part of the reason that they didn't fight it then. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't expect Michigan to accept a huge, penalty at all, right? Maybe I think they'll accept the largest fine in the history of NCAA, whatever, right? Because what's that to Michigan? No disrespect, and nobody's counting other people's pockets or anything like that, but maybe something like that. Maybe if they want to say 3 or 4 games for Sharon Moore, he'd have to eat that. In my opinion, you got to take that, even if it means you're missing the first 4 games. You got to take it. I know that getting back to Oklahoma and coaching that game is a big deal for him. But if that's part of what it takes to make this thing go away, then unfortunately he's got to eat that one.
Well, you know what, M3, if you would ask more, would you rather miss the Oklahoma game, beat Ohio State again, and get into the playoffs, or coach the Oklahoma game and lose and not make the playoffs? He's going to opt for the previous. And, it's good. It's funny. We get the predominance of the Buckeye trolls coming in here with their hurt emotions. And then we get the occasional leprechaun coming in here. And I really appreciate Dallas. Michael, is that it?
Yeah. Dallas fan.
Yeah. But this comment about rear view mirror and, we need to stop for gas. Well, shit, Dallas, talking about stopping for gas. Notre Dame so far in the rear view mirror for a national title. They have to stop and water down the horses and feed them some hay. Man, you're almost 40 years out from a national title. What are you going to bring Lou Holtz back? I mean, and you got the audacity to get up here and talk about being in the rearview mirror. Well,
crazy.
Come on.
Shout out to Thunder Redman, who just joined us. Before you go, Big Tim, I got a message to Dallas fan and the rest of the haters from Lou Esposito and Wink Martindale and Company.
I want you to put the word out there that we back up. Understand me? We back up.
We back up. Shout out to that. This is Michigan's current recruiting ranking, number 15 as of this moment. 4 4-stars, 5 3-stars, according to On3 at this moment. But trust me, things are looking up. Tim, what's good?
What's good, y'all?
Big Tim.
What's good, y'all?
What's good, man?
That player. Oh yeah, I just made a YouTube short about that player.
That's what's up, man. Head over to Thunder Redman, ladies and gentlemen, to check out that YouTube short. You excited about that, Tim?
Yes.
So there are people saying that he looks like a Mason Graham 2.0. What do you think about that?
We're finding another the Mason Graham. We all knows that it's hard to find those type of players, and somehow we beat our rivals Notre Dame. They're telling me that they trying to have they trying to have the number one recruiting class,
right?
But since we got the 2 major deep tackles, the back to back, the 2 major the 2 major edges, that they might be thinking about, you know what, we going to play with them now. That 5-star would be like, I'm playing for Wink Martindale now.
No doubt. If you're talking about like Carter Meadows, by the way, which according to my intel, Michigan is right at the top for 5-star out of the DMV area. So that would be icing on the cake, to
And
say the
how in
least.
the world that the Longhorns they wasn't in his final three. He coming from the Longhorn state.
Yeah,
And
I mean, well,
he
they
ain't
didn't
going
make
to
this
play
final
ball
three.
with them.
There you go. Michigan
That should
stuffed
hurt
them in the locker
the
too.
SEC. That should hurt them real bad.
No doubt, man. Um, Gentlemen, I didn't mean for this one was never going to be a long one. Dom, you got something else?
No, I was just saying I'm getting out of the way. Thank you for having me up, M3.
No doubt, man.
Tim, keep up the great work on the channel. Continued success. Love stopping by.
I did make a video about the revenue share earlier today.
I'll check
Yes,
it
sir.
out.
I saw that one. I saw that, Tim.
I
All
did
right,
make
Dom.
a YouTube short version as well.
No doubt, man. Tim, you putting in all the work, sir. It's appreciated. We like it. Be sure.
So do you
Okay.
think they going to flip that 5-star offensive line from the Hurricanes in Miami?
Cantwell?
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I don't think that's that one's in play. But there are other big offensive linemen out there, big fish in terms of offensive linemen. Felix Ojo is one of them. Malachi Lee is still out there.
What
There's some
about the
big
running
names.
back from Notre Dame? But could they flip him?
I mean, they could. I don't think they're really spinning the block for those guys. They need to focus on the guys that are uncommitted. Number one, like Savion Hyder, it's important to get him. And by the way, we'd be stuffing the SEC in another locker there, as it's down to Michigan and Tennessee for him. Titan Davis is still out there, Alabama and Michigan. Another defensive lineman.
The other running back, he was going to commit as long as they still was getting higher, but.
Well, it didn't come down to that for him. It came down to the NIL.
Yeah.
And at that time, Michigan wasn't, showing numbers and things like that, and they wanted
and we all know why,
to lock in something.
because they wanted to wait until okay, the House settlement, the new rules, and the court date.
Absolutely, no doubt. Tim, I'm about to get out of here, man. But tell the people
that 5-star edge. But could he be the next Aiden Hutchinson?
I mean, that's lofty. I don't want to say that anybody's going to be anybody. But I will say that, obviously these kids got talent. And they can, their ceiling is a guy like Carter Meadows. His ceiling is very high. He could be better than Aiden Hutchinson was for his career at Michigan, right? Whether or not it's better than Aiden's last season, or if he's in the Heisman hunt, that's another thing. That's lofty. I'm not going to go that far, but he can certainly have a better career at Michigan than Aiden Hutchinson.
So with this house settlement, I said in my video that the Michigan, they probably gonna use their money to retain players that they wanted to, but because of the money problem that they couldn't. Because right after we won the national title, we wasn't expecting Junior Colston to leave. They tried to get him to stay, but the money. And JJ, the money too. So,
well, for JJ, I think it was a couple things. It was obviously money played a factor, but also Jim Harbaugh not coming back was a big deal for JJ.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tim, tell the people where they can find you. Give your channel shout out.
It will be okay. Y'all can find me on YouTube. The name of my channel is called The Thunder Redman Michigan the Football Show. And let me remind y'all, me and College Football with Sam, who will be going live on my channel at 5 o'clock on Friday.
Absolutely. I'm gonna get your channel up here, Tim, so people can see it. Give me 1 second. There it is, Thunder Red Michigan Football Show. I had to mute Sam. I don't know what's going on. It's domestic. Anyway, follow me everywhere at Maze Madman. Until next time, stay angry, my friends. You know the slogan. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'ma calm down. So I just don't get that all that mace and that lock and all that. I just don't get it. So and how the
Oh my God, we're shutting the damn live down.